think
Hopping on.
go ahead.
What was that? Go ahead. You go.
I think we're gonna hop on board here with New York here. They have good sides, so
We are. It looks like we are on board with Get Mossed. He has a sub. We'll probably be going straight into the hill, electing to use this van as cover. Gets the opening pick. Gets 2 picks to start off the match. That is a great start for New York. 3 dead off the rip. Initial hill going in full control of New York.
Yeah, we did have some of Sydney try and push through middle, but Finesse is over there just kind of handling his own, making sure that these guys don't get there. He picks up 2 over by the mid side, and then the rest of Sydney just doing a great job staying alive here in this hill and getting them a nice early lead.
Yeah, New York doing a very, very good job slaying out, keeping control of this initial hill. However, they are pushing out a little bit too far. You have no one anchoring that back laundry. You see number 2 there, Almighty Chungus, trying to get through. He does get cut down by Finesse. Luckily, if he had been able to get through, probably would have flipped the spawns pretty easily because New York really doesn't have anyone anchoring until now, with only a few seconds left on this initial hill.
Yeah, so we have Get Moss at 5-0, 5-1, Finesse at 6-1, sorry, and Moss just had a 5-kill streak. So, and as I say that, these guys are getting taken out little by little. Sydney finally doing a good job of breaking through this hill.
Looks like spawns are going to flip here in Sydney's favor. They have not been. There we go. Chungus has now read that. He's finessing around in the hill. Against Deathbat does end up getting the kill. Finesse coming straight through the front of the hill. Does pick up 1. Is he going to be able to trade it out? No, he will not. He gets full control. Sydney spawning out basketball court. And this hill going to New York right now.
So Sydney had a really good early control on this, but they just kind of weren't able to hold it. They are going to hold the last 15 seconds here. Eddie getting a nice 3-piece there. And it looks like New York are just going to prioritize rotating early.
Yeah, great hold going from P1 into P2. Weren't quite able to, like you said, weren't quite able to hold it as well as they may have wanted to. But the rotation coming in strong on P3. Looks like that is 4 dead for Sydney. They're all going to be spawning out close to that P2 hill and making their way across the map now. Deathbat here holding the Zig. Finesse and Jim doing work. Picks up 1. Not able to pick up the second onto Mun, but he is half health. He will get... He is trying to finesse. No, Mun actually able to pick up KCP on hill, and that is actually hill control to Sydney.
I thought New York had a pretty good setup there, and it just looks like Sydney were able to just kind of muscle their way through Jim.
It looks like it, yeah. One was able to come through Gym. I think another one came through middle or poolside. I wasn't quite sure. I was too focused on that battle that was going down in Gym, but it does work out for them. They're going to hold this last 25 seconds or so. Great time for them. It's going to just about even the score. However, again, they are late on the rotation. It's going to be a tall task trying to break this hill. Basketball being considered kind of sort of a money hill. You can grab quite a lot of time fairly easily on this hill if you do a good job of controlling the top spawns.
Yeah, we're gonna take a look and see how Sydney can try and break this here. Usually you do want to push through this jungle side as Bean is doing back here, but you just got to make sure you get some of these picks.
Yeah, Finesse missed him. He does get out to get the pick. KCP's going to turn around, but Bean is able to cut him down. 1 more on hill. Moss weak on hill. Is he going to be able to get traded out? He's sitting in the room. No, they are not. That was a great contest from, I believe it was Moss there in hill. Did a great job contesting, but unfortunately not going to work out in the end. Sydney taking hill control. And if they hold this scrap again, the score is going to remain just about tied. Very, very back and forth game, but it's been rotations so far. Sydney's rotations have been not too good, while New York's have been spot on. However, New York has not been able to hold the hills. Very contest heavy map, very back and forth.
Yeah, I mean, New York has been getting a lot of early rotation. Sydney's been doing a really, really great job of being able to break these guys. Sometimes it's a little bit too late. On the New York side, we do have Finesse at 17 kills with 8 deaths. He's doing a lot of good work on his for his team. But it looks like Sydney, just in general, is just doing a really great job of getting those kills and just making them count. No, outstanding slayers or anything like that, besides Mun with the 14 kills, but overall, it just seems like they're just getting that scrap time and they're getting enough to, keep them in this game.
Yeah, slaying heavily going in favor of New York SubPar, but like you mentioned, Sydney's slaying is far more efficient with this, the score is only about 20 points. Probably going to get here to about 30 points in New York's favor, but the slaying is heavily on New York's side here.
Yeah, New York is doing something a little... Oh, actually, not New York, sorry. Sydney is doing something a little strange where they just had like 3 people stack on New. I've never really seen anybody rotate like that heavy so early, especially for this P1. They're kind of spread out evenly just across the entirety of like this half of the map. And it seems to be working out for them right now.
Seems to be working out very, very well. They do get a clean wipe of New York. Initial hill here going in favor of Sydney. Hopefully looking to tie up the game here and keep these back spawns so they can get into that P2 hill without much of an issue. As I say that, though, a little bit of a caster curse. New York does end up getting the wipe inside the hill and gets initial hill control. We'll see if Sydney is able to do it again and break through to get this hill time. No, they are electing to rotate. You have Bean going all the way around. He's going to be fighting Get Most and looks like Get Most and Finesse in the back. Finesse able to pick up one, and is he going to be able to? No, Bean and Finesse in the back going around jungle, while Sydney sits in the hill soaking up that time.
So, I mean, Bean is playing very, very patiently, but it just doesn't seem like he had any help. You can only watch, you know, so many lanes, especially that jungle side, and it didn't look like his whole team was just kind of sitting inside the hill, which is perfectly fine, but you only really need one person in there.
Very contest-heavy hill again. Finesse coming in with the flank and able to pick up 2 on hill. Hill control going in favor of New York. However, Sydney are going to retain the spawns, and they are going to be able to slay out New York, it looks like. There we go. Hill control back in Sydney's favor. However, Moss coming in through the back. Are they going to be able to pick up this read? They are not. They are electing to rotate instead of trying to pick up this scrap time. Not a bad idea from them. New York, again, has been dominating the rotation game so far. Finesse with a great 2-piece in the hill to keep this rotation in New York's favor, even though New York was going up against 3 players from Sydney rotating.
Yeah, Finesse was, he should, in my opinion, that was a free kill for Sydney, right? He was throwing a stun, you know, gun was out of his hand, but Finesse was able to do a great job of just finishing up both of those guys. They were stacked.
Got to stagger. Whenever you're making a push into one doorway, you got to stagger. And this is the first, I may curse it again, but this is one of the better holds we've seen so far out of New York. But again, I just cursed it. As I say that, they get wiped by Sydney. 20 seconds left. Score not quite as close as it once was. Even with this 20 seconds of scrap time, New York going to be up by about 40. And again, with the rotation in their favor, however, Sydney is going to be able to contest.
Check this corner.
Rotation.
Oh, they're not. He didn't check it properly. Casey picks up 2.
Yep, Casey sitting in that deep corner. However, Sydney does get good spawns, a good enough spawns to be able to contest this hill, even with only 13, even if only 13 seconds left. And Casey gets traded out this time. The kills going down in favor of Sydney again. They break straight through the hill.
This is big time for them here.
I think Sydney has won a single rotation throughout the entire game. They just are able to play, or they are able to just bully their way into the hill every single time, and it's worked out. Game is still close.
Huge trades coming in across this last rotation here, and I think New York are probably going to pick up the rest of this time. They can actually win off of this here. We'll see if anybody can go huge here. Mun doing only exactly that, getting 2.
Yep,
picking up 3.
And he predicts the third kill there. Finesse trying to just slide into the hill and contest whatever he can. Again, though, New York with the rotation, that's going to be a monster task from Sydney to get this rotation. Eddie, though, with 2 great kills in the hill. Now this hill is going to be super contest heavy. I'm not sure that Sydney will be able to finish it off on this hill, even if they get a perfect hold. New York with only 3 seconds left. This hold has to be absolutely rock solid from Sydney.
As long as New York doesn't hit the contest, they could win off of it.
And right as I say that, New York with a clean wipe of Sydney. Only 1 player going down on that push, and they will take the map 250 to 219.
Yeah, that was a lot closer than it looked like it was, right? That it was going to be. New York started off really, really strong, but Sydney brought it back. It just seemed like they were being, if they can have anything special, then you get some of these plays going. We're gonna try and hop on Sydney Dingoes here if we started on New York last time. They are offense as well, so that's probably gonna help a little bit here. We'll take a look at what kind of strats they got going on.
All right, hopping on board with Moss. He is going to have the submachine gun going towards dark. Let's see if he's going to hit the vent, just like we talked about. Oh, 2 quick kills going down in the middle of the map by Deathbat and Finesse. Finesse electing to push straight through middle. We'll see. There is one player in vent. We'll see if Chungus can. They do read him though, and he is able to. He is picked up. Bean left in a 1v4. He is quickly read by Finesse. They know exactly where he is. Not a little bit of a shaky shot there to not get the kill, but still looks like this round is going in favor of Sydney.
Okay, let me. We're all set there. So sorry, I missed that round completely. Logos are good to go. Team names are swapped, just like we do every week here on the Tuesdays. I mean, so far so good, right? It just kind of seemed like a very quick 2 kills early for the Dingoes, and we'll see if NY can actually pull this one and kind of do something similar. We did see like hints of people hitting vent, right? There was one person already in there, but just Sydney just didn't opt to go in.
Yeah, Chungus was able to get into vent, but he got quickly picked up. I think it was the last place they checked based on their push, so a pretty easy read by them. I think he's trying to do the same thing, although there is one player from Sydney inside a vent.
It looks like Sydney's already pushed up pretty far.
Yes, Finesse is running a train on New York. He is going through middle and just getting straight in their faces, picking up all the kills. That is 3 kills for Finesse, or no, 2 kills for Finesse on that round. Maybe a third there, not quite sure.
Yeah, he did pick up that last kill with the nade.
Yeah, another quick round for Sydney. Finesse doing a great job getting aggressive on middle, getting in New York's face and taking the round for him.
Yeah, Finesse has just been doing a really great job of just being all up in their face, and I mean, just in general, right? He did something similar in the hard point. He's able to get these kills. I think in that particular round, I think New York needed to push up just a little bit faster, try and take some of these power positions. They were just a little too late to them. You can't let the defensive team especially hold you so far back.
Mm-hmm. Let's hop on board with Finesse and see what he's going to try and do this round. I see him right in front of him. Looks like it's going to be a heavy A push. They do have 2 people watching green. I think Finesse has been able to pick that up, but Mun able to pick up Casey, slowing down the A push just a little bit. They know this player. They know this player is in the corner. Oh, they know Mun's there too, and Finesse is going to turn straight around, get the 2-piece onto Bean. Round quickly going in favor of Sydney. Another quick pick from Deathbat and Finesse with another 3 kills on the round. Sydney now up 3-0 on this Garrison Search and Destroy.
He did a really good job here, especially checking the corners. He knew one guy was there, and he just kind of used his teammate, you know, work together to make sure that he could just chow the second guy.
A little blind there on Eddie, but he luckily was able to pick him up before he ended up pushing or before the round got out of hand. Finesse sitting at 7-0. I think that means he's going to be picking up some streaks here. Streaks not too useful on Garrison. A lot of the important part of the maps are covered by this huge warehouse, whatever you want to call it. Yeah, so it looks like he does have that artillery working his way towards a cruise.
See, like I said, New York just tends to sit a little bit too far back. They kind of give up a lot of map control here. If Sydney decided to kind of push forward, they would easily have this, right? I think New York right now just doesn't, you know, gets kind of lucky for Sydney not to push forward. And with that being said, you know, Sydney still picks up the first kill.
That is quickly answered, though, by Eddie. 3-on-3 now in this round. Deathbat able to pick up another one on Mun, and Moss with another pick onto Chungus. Eddie Jr. trying to finesse around the bomb. It's not going to work out, though. He does get shot in the back. Sydney taking another round, making quick work of New York on the search and destroy.
I mean, Deathbat just had a really, really good spot here, and they just weren't able to take him out. He has a good line of sight. Anybody sitting, you know, over in that back truck, anybody that jumps over through the middle.
Finesse actually was taken down that round, so he was not able to get his cruise missile, arguably the better score streak of the two.
Yeah, but then you look at Deathbat, though, and he's 7-0 as well. So Sydney doing
that's
a really good job of staying alive.
I noticed that. Didn't even notice that. It was kind of the finesse show for the first few rounds, but he's now 1 kill away from his cruise. And Bean might be poking out a little too far. Doesn't get the pick, but Finesse doing his thing again. 8th kill on the game. Picks up the first kill. It is answered by Mun. Again, several quick picks on the side of Sydney. These rounds are going so fast. Quickly, Sydney in favor. 3v1 on this round 5. Bomb going down quick. They have middle map locked down. They know exactly where Bean is now.
Bean gets out alive.
He does get out alive, but I don't think he's gonna. I don't think this round is gonna go in his favor. Got to get some great kills. There we go. Deathbat picks up the final kill. Again, quick search and destroy. 5-0 now in favor of Sydney.
And I think we're about to literally see a fireworks show. We have Finesse. We have, and we have Bean. No, not Bean. Sorry. I forgot his name already. We were just on him.
I don't remember either.
Oh my god.
Sorry. Deathbat. There we go.
We have Deathbat both running, you know, streaks, and honestly, not really the best map for streaks, but still, it's always nice to see, you know, having them rain down.
Yeah, I think Deathbat able to get both of his streaks. Finesse only with the artillery, but unless they elect to go A, those streaks are going to be essentially useless. And I don't see New York really going for A. Again, heavy B presence here. Chungus is inside a vent.
Might not even need
to run straight down, or Moss gonna run straight down middle. Get the pick on Bean. Deathbat actually is able to get a pick with his missile. And again, another quick round. Already 4v1 in favor of Sydney. Chungus playing around vent is able to get the pick on Finesse. Moss quickly trades it out though. Map 2 to tie up the series, going in favor of Sydney.
Yeah, really well executed by Sydney, being able to kind of push up and get very, very aggressive with them. In search and destroy, if you cannot stop that aggression, it's going to be very, very hard for A to try and get a plant.
Triple confirming. They are correct, yes.
So we're going to hop on board here with Bean and see what these guys are going to hit. Finesse with a nice nade right off the rip. Surprises, you don't really see a lot of opening nades. Great
kills here in Laundry. Oh, but Finesse is able to get the flank there. Finesse with Mun able to pick up Finesse. The initial push was looking great for Sydney after they got 2 kills in Laundry, but Finesse able to get into Art and get 2 kills on the hill and stop their A push dead in its tracks.
And Sydney kind of looking all over the place right now. It didn't really look like they kind of had a plan on what to hit next. They just all happened to spawn over by poolside, so we'll see if these guys can pick up a couple kills here.
Seems that way, yeah. Trades going down all over the map. There's one more player left on B. He's trying to get some ticks in. He is able to get that final kill, so the trade's going in favor of Sydney. I don't know if he's going to be able to do much more. He does get another pick on the Casey inside of money.
Second tick here.
Yeah, that's a second tick. That's huge, and I think Sydney's gonna. If we go over to A, they get one. They kill Finesse over at A. I think this A point's gonna go to them.
It should go to them. Yeah, if they triple stack it here.
Unless New York wants to run straight through, and Chungus able. Oh, Deathbat is able to slide onto A. Oh no, it did get capped in favor of Sydney, and Chungus able to slide in.
Casey checks the wrong corner. Sydney pick it up.
Wow, what a. Sydney just made that round just a little bit too chaotic for New York. It seemed like they're two splitting every single time, going to each site, and it works out in Sydney's favor.
Stuck him off the rip. That's why he got that kill.
was gonna say, it seems like flak is a lot more common than the tac mask.
Yeah, so I was surprised to see that opening nade, to be honest, but it looks like he did stick him. So, I mean, on top of that, we also had somebody on Sydney Dingoes literally hold that spawn, that point by themselves. They got 2 or 3 kills, and that was more than enough. While the rest of the team had to deal with, you know, with A. And sometimes that's all you really need. Just a small little distraction gets you 1 tick, maybe gets you 2 ticks.
Yeah, I want to say it was Bean. He was able to finesse on B, pick up 2-3 kills, just slowly build up those ticks over time. And New York was too concerned with going to A. Just didn't quite work out for them.
And it looks like New York here have a coordinated push.
A coordinated push over to B. We don't see a B hit off the rip many times. They only had to get the 1 kill on Sydney, and oh, it doesn't even matter. Sydney with some great flanks, some great picks, full poolside control. Sydney able to shut down that push in its tracks.
And Sydney starting to push forward here, getting a little aggressive, and honestly, this is kind of like a different team that we were seeing in Hardpoint.
Yeah, Eddie Jr. able to rotate over to A, pick up 1 kill, and now now New York is fighting off a spawn. They are able to get some kills from pool, but being sitting in money in a dangerous spot. Oh, he does get picked up by Most inside the hill. New York getting some kills here.
Oh, stucks him. That's 2 sticks for finesse.
Sticks him again. And I don't think there's 1 player from Sydney coming down open. I don't think it's going to be enough to stop this B capture. Now
I think Sydney chalked that.
Yeah, I think now New York only needing A. The kills are going in their favor, but Sydney all over the A point.
Yeah, I mean, they're pretty spread out here, right? We did see this in Hardpoint where they were kind of spread across the this whole side of the map. And it's a nice little fan maneuver, to be honest. I don't really see it too often. A lot of times people tend to favor either Art or the Laundry side. But it looks like there's a couple cracks in their setup here, and then they're just kind of getting through.
Yeah, what looks like a solid setup for Sydney actually goes in favor of New York. And again, as I say that, Sydney able to get the 2 kills onto hill. New York's push has been stopped in its tracks, but we'll see if they can break through.
Yeah, I think Sydney was just getting a little too impatient there. They had a good setup there, and then instead of pushing right after they get the kills, they kind of waited a little bit, and they're like, actually, let's push up, and then it kind of catches them off guard.
Yeah, one thing I don't really like from Sydney right now is they're giving no attention to any other side of the map aside from A. They need to go get some mid control, go get some pool control, try to get someone to finesse into their spawn, maybe get some spawn kills, and just make it interesting. Make it so New York isn't so comfortable.
See what New York try to do here. It doesn't seem like they are trying to, you know, wrap around or anything. Just pillars art. That's all I've really seen so far. I mean, lives are pretty similar, but all it takes is for Sydney to, you know, get 1 nice clean wipe and then just kind of get another setup going.
Yeah, they just seem to keep bashing. The only thing I've seen out of New York is coming through Z, and it's not really working out for them because then they just go straight to pillars. They don't try to flank. They're not trying to do anything special, really. It's just they're just trying to dash their head against the front of the hill. It's not quite working out for them. Sydney able to easily hold A side.
And Sydney doing just that. They continue to hold this A site. Only 1 tick allowed for New York here. They're probably gonna have like 1 more push, and that's about it.
And New York though coming in with a clean wipe of Sydney. It's
triple stack there.
Yeah, that's how you do here.
Eddie picks one up.
One kill going in favor of the trophy. Eddie with another kill though. One wipe here and the game's probably over. Eddie with another great kill. They do get another.
They just have to hold.
They need to get there quick though. I don't think it's going to happen.
Yep, I don't think they have enough time.
Yeah, no,
and they're out of lives.
They're out of lives now. New York doesn't get any kills for that very last push. The second round going in favor of Sydney. Again, I think like we highlighted mid-match, nothing really interesting like coming out of the side of New York. They just tried to go through art, go through driveway, go through mid. There's no real flanks going on. They weren't trying to finesse around white van. They just let Sydney have driveway control and Z control for free.
Yeah, I mean, as we look at it too, it's just the trades were kind of going back and forth, right? And that's completely okay. That's typical control. The only problem was Sydney just kept coming back and being able to pick up those clutch kills. As we see right now, they have 3 people on hill. Or just 1 now.
Yeah, it looks like in New York expected a B push here, it looks like, and that is not the case at all. Sydney all over the A side. Chungus is in their spawn, knows one is here, and is looking for him. And he is able to pick up that kill. 1 player flanking, though, on the side of New York. Get Moss in hill does pick up 2.
Yeah, Sydney a little too bloodthirsty there.
Yeah, trying to get some great shots out of Mun, though, to get him out of hill.
He's not gonna... He is. I thought I wasn't gonna reload in time.
And I think what Sydney isn't realizing here is with Mun pushed all the way up into laundry, it's spying them in basketball. There was a push from Sydney over onto B. It's not going to work. That didn't work out. New York shut it down pretty quickly, but spawned them right next to A, and they were able to cap at the point pretty easily now.
Yeah, so Sydney have a lot of time. I think they had about 2 minutes to kind of work this B point. And then we'll see if they can do anything here. Usually, right, what you see is people cap B and then move over to A. I feel like it's kind of 50-50 on this map, actually.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this is the only map of the 3 control maps that I think either point is viable off of the start of the game, which makes it very interesting.
So, I mean, Sydney getting kills off of New York right in their spawn, so...
Yeah, Sydney doing a great job of reading the spawns there in New York, able to pick up some kills. Sydney is coming off a spawn. We'll see if New York can hold off the push. Moss with a great kill on the hill. Deathbat another kill. Is traded out by Chungus.
They do have 1 tick on there.
Yeah, that's 1 good tick at least. On a very it was 4v4 on the hill, and they were able to get at least 1 tick. So good for Sydney. They got to take this a little slow. New York all over the B point.
Yeah, New York just has to finish up these kills here. Oh, he didn't see him. That site's too big. It's a thick site.
It's the site of choice for many.
Almighty going for a swim here.
I think he knows there's one here. He does know there's one there. They didn't hear him get out of the water.
Oh, his team's got his back, though.
Kills going in favor of Sydney. There's 1 more player. It's Finesse and Money. New York's got to slide on this hill. This is going to be quick. Very
Eddie
quick
picking up 1,
Eddie
picking up 3.
Eddie picking up 3 to seal the round for Sydney. Great read on the spawn. Fine. This 3rd map going in favor of Sydney. A great map by them.
I mean, Sydney's proving everybody wrong on this 3rd map, right? I think going into this, a majority of the chat was just thinking that was this is an NY game, period.
Agreed. Again, that momentum roll.
We have some crossroads hard point. We're going to hop on board with Dingoes and try and see if they can carry that momentum. I don't think these guys are spawning in just yet.
No, looks like it's coming pretty slowly.
They're funneling in here. They're only missing 1 as it is right now.
They are missing Mun, and it looks like, yeah, they're going to turn around and start team killing, or...
Yeah.
No, hold on. No, they are team killing. I saw Mun got in there pretty late, but didn't quite work out.
I mean, we'll see what these guys want to do.
I don't think New York got the hint. There we go. Okay, good job.
All right,
pre-match requirements on.
Let's get these pre-match requirements on, ladies and gentlemen. Make sure that we can, you know, have everybody start ahead of time. Take a look at the rules. You read your rules. That's how you get disqualified. Everybody's played GBs. Everybody gets smacked for... What's the dumbest rule you've ever been FF'd for? I don't even remember.
Not having the lobby limit set to the correct amount of players, or
leaving the lobby open.
Yeah, leaving the lobby open. Yeah, someone joins, you instantly forfeit because your rule's not right. You have to make sure the lobby's invite only or closed. There's also ending the game too when someone lags out. Technically, you can get
True.
forfeited in the GB rule set for ending the game.
That's another one that is very like inconspicuous. Oh my god, that is very hidden. Boom, fixed it.
Oh, I think the playing out a match when you have something that's banned, no one knows, but there is nothing in the GB rule set that has ever said that if you play the match out, then it's no longer a forfeit.
That's another one.
That is not the case. That is not the case.
You played it out. You could have forfeited, but you didn't. But yep. I mean, I guess it's just people don't really consider it or like even look at it.
Bet your butt I scumbag some people back in the day getting free dubs on GB.
Free dubs
doubt.
Or free dubs.
No doubt. When that GB rank meant something to me.
All right, so it looks like we are waiting on a couple people.
We're hoping the spawns are coming in again. Mun, the last one.
I think everyone's in here.
Yep, everyone's in now. This countdown should be coming through.
Swap over. Maybe it'll start.
It is coming in slowly for sure. There we go.
All right. So now that New York has iced Sydney Dingoes, we'll see if these guys can actually bring that fire. Eddie stayed alive a lot longer than I thought he was going to. He was like looking at the barrel of 2 guns there. 1 tires, 1 sandbags, and they just kind of stared at him for a bit.
Yeah, it looked like it. New York, quick 4 dead. Hill 1 going easy control of them. They do have the favorite spawns too. 1 player is able to get through. Chungus is going to be challenging. Deathbat doesn't get the kill. Spawns are going to stay in New York's favor. Trying to contest the hill from middle here. Does end up getting the kill onto Casey. Oh, he's going to get quickly picked up by Finesse.
When you get stuck in something like this, what is kind of your first go-to? You know, you always have somebody back there. Like, do you hit ice? Do you try and, overwhelm Cat?
I think the best move is to try and get that truck crane control. I think that's what influences spawns the most on this map. Get full P1 control and push straight into truck, and then you have 20 different head glitches and 20 different spots that you can finesse around truck, and if you get an AR on it, it's deadly. I don't think that guy on sandbags is very difficult to kill. I've never really had a problem with him as long as 1 to 2 people chow him at the same time.
Chung is doing a really great job picking up 2 kills in the hill here. The rest of his team pushing through ice should be able to pick these guys up. New York's still spawning back there. Finesse doing his best with his trophy there.
Yeah, Sydney able to get a
spawns.
quick wipe onto New York. The spawns are in favor of Sydney, even though Deathbat has been alive on sandbags this entire time. That 4 versus 1 trying to influence a spawn, just not quite going in New York's favor.
Yeah, we're going to swap over to New York and kind of see how they try and break this hill here, right? They did, end up getting most of the control of P1, most of the control of P2. But even then, Sydney were able to get enough time to just kind of keep this right neck and neck.
Yeah, again, just like the first map, Sydney bullying their way through the hill from the front. They didn't have the rotation, but they were able to just bully their way straight into the hill, slay out well, and it worked out for them. And in this case, they're actually rotated for this P3 hill. So I think this is a new look from Sydney. They're rotating well so far. Not quite able to keep this hill control. And as I say that, I just can't say anything good about any team. I just can't say anything good about any team. Every single time. Every single time.
I mean, as it is there, though, Sydney comes back, breaks this hill once again, spawns New York out, which is very rare, especially considering, New York was over on the rock side as well as this next P4.
Yeah, you're going to get some parallel spawns in because there were some people contesting the back. Finesse on hill, the last player from New York's that survived the rotation. New York is able to get the spawns in their favor. Rotating over to that hill. We'll see what Mun can do.
So this hill is huge. This hill you need to play together. Your team needs to get together and try and, get these trades. You can't be hitting things by yourself, especially that guy in back rock.
I think this is the most money, the biggest money hill we have in the entire game, in my opinion. Up there with like P2 on Moscow.
Gets caught out with this trophy.
Holding that rotation is so important for this kill, for this hill.
I mean, but look at the spawns here. You have New York spawning all rock, but the control goes to Sydney. They might not be on it, but they're preventing New York from even getting on it.
Yeah, and when you've lost rotation and they get that rock spawn, that's about all you can do. You know, that rock spawn's great when you're close to the hill, but if Sydney is on the hill, you have no cover. If you're trying to push around and get any sort of kills, you're walking straight into pre-aims. So it's hard to stay on the hill, but it's easy to make sure that New York can't get on the hill.
Yeah, so I mean, that's a huge compliment in my opinion. That's one of the hardest things to do on this map, is being able to hold people who are spawning in rock. Especially because it's very, very difficult to see players over there. It's also difficult to kill them off of spawn.
Again, it's kind of the same scenario here. Sydney late to the rotation, but able to get this hill control late. Spawns aren't going in favor of Sydney. They're able to get the kills. We'll see if Sydney can pick up this scrap time. I think it's going to go in favor of New York. Yes, New York trades out that final kill on the hill. We'll see if they can grab these P2 spawns.
Moving into the second rotation of points, do you think that Sydney are just better at breaking the hills when they go in? Are they working together, or are they just straight out slaying them? Are they just outgunning these guys?
I think it's a little. I'm not too sure. I think it's a little bit of both, where New York's holds just aren't that strong, and Sydney's slaying is just going in the favor of Sydney for the slaying department.
Because I've seen multiple times, right? New York gets 3, 4, and then Sydney just comes right back, does the exact same thing, but they just tend to hold the time a little bit longer.
Yeah, New York's kills are coming when they need them the least. If you look at the slaying, it's not that close. New York's slaying is probably 10 kills more than Sydney right now. However, Sydney with the lead, even with the scrap time, looks like it's going to get tied up. Maybe a slight lead to New York, but Sydney just getting the kills that matter.
Yeah, I mean, we have Finesse at 26 kills, Deathbat at 20. Both of them, the only people in the game over 20 kills. But at the same time, like, you have Sydney literally with the lead.
Yeah.
So you have 3 people on hill there.
Yeah, unfortunately, Sydney not able to keep their rotations going forward. They lost these spawns to New York. However, it is a 1v1 in the back. Deathbat does keep back control. He does have one teammate spawn up with him. P3 going back in favor of New York after a short hold from Sydney. This is going to be a tough one for Sydney to hold. This is going to be a tough one for them to get into. But again, if they can just get to that hill and prevent them from getting on it, I think we're going to see that again. I think we're going to see that exact same scenario come through.
Yeah, that rock spawn is so difficult to get people out of, man. You can hide behind a tree, hide behind the rock, you can hide in the corner, lay down. You pick it, you can do it back there. So we'll see if Sydney can pull it together here, or if New York can finally, take a nice little lead here. This is a huge hill, and like you said, if Sydney are able to kind of muscle their way through like they have been, I mean, this game will continue to stay this close.
Yeah, so far the hold looking strong in New York's favor. Sydney just kind of filing through one by one. It looks like not pushes aren't too coordinated here. As I say that though, no, the Sydney push is thwarted from the outer part of P3. One player is able to stay on, but I don't think he's going to be able to stay up for long. Yep, KCP, but Sydney continuing to put pressure on.
Bean finally getting behind these guys.
And yeah, Bean, was just about to say that Bean is able to get behind. However, the kills still go in favor of Sydney. They're going to soak up this scrap time and extend their lead to roughly 40 points.
Yeah, so this is probably the biggest lead that we have seen in this game so far. It's about 30 or so points, sorry. But I mean, Sydney finally rotated early. We'll see if New York can actually try and break these guys. I don't think they really have control though. Just looking at the minimap, right? These guys are coming off a spawn, and we'll see if these guys maybe Mun might be over pushing here. Yeah,
it looks like there is one player. Finesse is all the way in the back. Got a couple sets of streaks here. Finesse, those streaks come out of Death Bat, but Finesse also looks like he's got some streaks on him. See if those go. We'll see if those come into play if we get onto another P5 hill. That's a long ways away, but with the way the score's looking, a lot of contest time. It might just happen. New York doing a great job again. Finesse doing a great job staying alive in the back of P2 and able to get the spawns for New York. They now have the rotation. There is a big 1v1 back here. Casey is not able to win it. But he does get picked. Eddie Jr. does get picked up by Finesse. Spawn staying in favor of New York. Still, again, very contest-heavy hill. We'll see if Sydney can make it interesting.
Yeah, and it looks like kind of New York have kind of turned it on, just like they did sort of in the last hardpoint. Sydney picks up 3, though, and we'll see if these guys can get control of the last 30, 40 seconds of this hill.
Oh, once again, Caster Curse coming out of the boys here. New York with the top side control, very important. That crane side is very, very important to have. Almighty Chungus able to read the, able to read the player coming from the back. New York is electing not to push this hill now. And the scrap time going in favor of Sydney to tie up this game. A huge hold. I believe they were down by about 30 or 40 points. Yeah, I believe they're down to I believe they're down roughly 30 or 40 points going to that hill, so a huge hold from them. New York pushing out too far though and flipping the spawns in favor of Sydney. We'll see what Sydney can do with this. New York does need to get around the side and get them back in their favor.
Eddie
a
with
great kills out of Eddie. The trades go in favor of Sydney. It does come at the cost of the spawns though. I think Eddie, with a great read though, does pick up 1 kill. They pick up 2 kills, and they do spawn those 2 players out.
I'm gonna be surrounded here.
Yeah. Mun's got pressure coming in from everyone. Chungus is able to pick up that kill on Finesse. Oh, great kill from Mun inside the hill. Casey quickly traded out. Again, this is such a back and forth match, such a close game.
Yeah, this is
going
huge.
to be. This is going to be a huge. That battle in the back. Bean ends up winning it. He's got one more player coming to him. They pick up the kill. Sydney able to get the rotation.
Finesse is going to, opt to use his streaks here. See if he can pick these guys up.
Picks up 1,
2.
That contestation coming down on the hill.
This is going to be the difficult part here. Sydney can stay alive. They're going to push 4-man push out the back.
Yep, New York able to get the spawn control on the back of Finesse's streaks. 1 kill goes down, 1 team kill from the trophy.
Bean picks up 1, Mun picks up 1.
Spawn's still in favor of
What
New York.
Game.
Oh, a 2-piece nade coming out of Moss from the back of Rock.
Death picks up the last one. Kills his teammate too. They still have 15 points until they can do anything. They need to make sure Deathbat, he's on one right now. These guys were running towards the end. I think that's going to be it.
That's going to be it. Wow, what a back and forth map.
Wow.
That was so hard to commentate. I just wanted to focus on the gameplay.
That was a good game. Just as good as the first one. Eddie Jr. doing his best. You can even see it here, right? He's feeling himself. The man is really, really doing his best, to try and push out and grab these spawns. And it's very difficult because you need help to get these spawns at the end.